My name's Hollie Olding and this is my story. As a child I was very energetic and I was quite loud, and I probably still am like that now. Would always go to school with my AstroTurf shoes on to play football at break and lunchtime, so I was probably considered a little bit of a tomboy. I would say I was well behaved. I went to an all-girls school, made amazing friendships. My favourite subjects I think were geography and PE. I just love geography because I love finding out about other places in the world, and I've always wanted to travel, so that was probably my favourite subject. And then in PE, always just enjoyed PE, and in being in an all-girls school not many girls like to do PE, so I always got a lot of time. If we had to do trampoline, it would probably just be me on the trampoline the whole time. But then the subjects I least really got on with was probably maths and sciences, all the ones that you thought were boring but now are probably the best ones to have picked up on. So yeah, PE and geography were my favourites. What got me into football was probably my dad. I grew up in a football household. My dad used to play when he was younger. He played for Fulham. What I heard and what he tells me now, he was good, but I haven't seen that, so I can't really hold him to that. He does play with me at the park sometimes, but I'd say I'm definitely better than him. And my mum, not very sporty, but I know that she was good at sports when she was younger, in primary school and secondary school. But I kind of always had a ball at my feet, and I think my parents just encouraged me to just do what I loved, and as long as I can remember I've been kicking a ball, whether that's been a bit of rubbish on the floor at some times, a can, a bit of plastic, or just a football. I've just always loved football. My first footballing memory was playing for Bognor Regis Town Boys at under-8s at the Butlins tournament, and just playing with the team and not really getting past too much because I was a girl. Being a girl in a boys team I think has shaped me as a player now. You have to have that tough mindset, tough mentality, and you kind of have to get what you want yourself. So I think it shaped me for the future. But I think young Hollie was just happy to be playing football and to be playing with a ball at her feet. Even if I wasn't passed too much, I still made the most of it. Out of football, I just kind of like to enjoy my time with friends and family. I like going to coffee shops, different places for food. I like going to museums. My favourite museum up in central London is probably the Tate. I'm not very artistic, so that's probably why I like going to these places, because I kind of get some inspiration from them. But yeah, probably quite chilled. The only thing I really love is football, so to switch off is to probably go meet friends and family and go out for a coffee, a meal, or go to a museum or something. In July 2019, I had pain in my groin, and I've had a groin injury before, but it wasn't a groin injury that I had ever felt, and it just felt quite funny. And at that moment in time, I was flying from London to Pittsburgh to go back to university, and yeah, my groin was feeling really, I couldn't really describe it, feeling really weird. And then fast forward a few more months, I started to develop a cough and difficulty breathing. And when I went to the team doctors, they just thought I kind of had a common cold. I started to cough up blood, so I told my physio, and we rushed to hospital straight away, and we obviously told the doctors everything that happened, and they diagnosed me with pneumonia without doing the correct test on me, because they thought I was too fit and healthy. And then the next morning I was still coughing up blood, and my physio kind of demanded I get the right tests and I do the right things. And I'm so happy she demanded that, because they did the test and it showed that I had clots everywhere in my left lung and some in my right, and they even said that you have a CT scan, so they put kind of dye in you and they see where the radiation lights up, and they said that my left lung lit up like a Christmas tree. So it was pretty intense. And when I went to my floor to meet my doctor, he said he was really intrigued and happy to meet me, because it's not normally a female of 20 years old has pulmonary embolism. They're normally elderly people who have really difficulty breathing, who've been smoking all their lives. Yeah, so it was a shock to everyone, but the doctors were amazed that I was still fit and healthy and I was still able to walk upstairs, because what I had was so intense. So I was put on a 6-month treatment plan, but after 3 months they just wanted to repeat the test to make sure everything was going in the right direction. But I was told on my own with the consultant that I needed heart surgery because they thought the clots were blocking the blood flow to my heart. So they thought my heart was expanding and the pressure was becoming too much. And I was told I needed heart surgery and I'd never play football again, which was a massive shock. But the main thing for me was to be healthy. So I just kind of put football to the side and was like, right, I'm going to have heart surgery. I'm going to overcome this barrier. I'm going to just be fit and active, and football can kind of wait. However, 2 weeks later, the doctor called me and basically said, we've read your results wrong, and I didn't need heart surgery and that I was fine with the medication. And I was so confused. My parents were back in England. So it was just a bit of a whirlwind of a time. I had gone from like one extreme to the other. So I definitely, at that point, my mental health was struggling with like the whole concept of it being on my own. But I'm happy to say that I'm through that side now. I'm back fit and healthy, which is the main thing, and I'm playing football again. So yeah, overcome it and in a better place. The reason for my clots, I was told, was because of the contraceptive pill. And I was on the contraceptive pill literally just to control my periods for football, because I don't like to play kind of when I'm on. So that was the whole reason kind of for it. I was kind of really put back and alarmed by it because I wasn't told that this could have been a risk, or maybe I was too naive and I didn't read the leaflet. But it was just a contraceptive pill, which is the reason for the clots. I had no genetic factors. The reason I kind of want to talk about it is just to encourage girls, especially young girls, who just go into the nurse, go into their local doctor just to get contraceptive medicine, is to like read the leaflets, go through and know every single risk factor, because you really sometimes don't know what you're being given. Not to say it's a bad thing, but I think my younger self was a bit naive to think, oh, like this will be great. So I wish I kind of read the information, went through it, spoke to maybe another GP. So that was the reason. But like I said, I'm through it now and it's a very small chance. So now I really don't take anything for granted. I was obviously told I would never play again. So now I just enjoy every training session, every game. And if I'm in a session, I'm feeling tired or I kind of want to stop now, I'm just going to keep going and keep going through the pain, because I know how hard it can be to be told that. The people that I owe my footballing career most to are my mum and dad. I'm sure a lot of people say that, but for example, my mum would take me to training at 8 at night and we'll be coming home at 10:30, and she would have to go to work the next day. And now being like an adult, I see like the struggles and the pressures that put on my parents. So I definitely owe my career to them and everything I do. And I probably wouldn't be here without my mum or dad, and probably like my wider family, like grandparents. Everyone played a part in taking me to football training and football games. So definitely my family. My proudest footballer memory to date would probably be signing for Charlton, a historic club, great club, and being the first ever professional women's outfit, and being a player is amazing. But then secondly, when I was called up to the Under-17s World Cup in Jordan for England, we placed 5th and played in the quarterfinals of a World Cup. So they were memories that will last a lifetime, and I met some great friends who I still speak to now, and just the best memories ever playing with some of the best players. So I was 16 at the World Cup, but I think at that point in time I was just living it and just not even taking it all in, just being in the moment, being with my friends, playing the games. Like I said, we came 5th, played in the quarterfinals, but I think when I look back on that experience now, I just wish I would have like taken more photos and really soaked up the moment, because now I'm a player and you see how hard it is now to get into the national team. Those experiences don't come easily, so I wish I would have just really soaked that in. And I think I did, but now looking back on it with hindsight, I'm just like, I wish I would have done more in that opportunity. To be a professional female footballer is amazing. I think when I was growing up, we kind of didn't really have the role models we do now. It was mostly just men's football or men's players or men's academy. There never really was a pathway for women. So to come through that and now to be a professional in the sport I love is incredible. And I know a lot of girls are aiming to be professional footballers, and it's great to see that there is a pathway for them. But to now be a professional at Charlton, to be part of the first Charlton women's professional team is amazing. the one club mentality, everything about this place. You can really see the drive and like the ethos of the club. To be able to see the people who are higher up at the club and how that filters through to the people you see on a daily basis, everyone is part of this one Charlton, and it's a really exciting time for the men's and the women's team.